Hey guys, this is your Jomba. Welcome to the channel. Today is 24th of June, one day away from 25th of June, which is the memorial for the Gen Z protests of June 2024. The idea behind the June 25th memorial is to commemorate, memorialize, and grieve the loss of lives of young Kenyans during the protests of June 2024, which here on this channel we call the third and final liberation of the Republic of Kenya. For the past few weeks, there has been a lot of noise with regards to the protests that are scheduled to happen tomorrow on 25th of June. And the biggest challenge has been that the President of the Republic of Kenya, William Ruto, has completely refused to allow Kenyans to air their grievances. He has completely refused to give Kenyans the democratic space to either agree with him or disagree with him. A lot of things are wrong in our country, whether you look at the healthcare sector, whether you look at the education sector, whether it is agriculture, whether it is the general economy. Things are not going the way the citizens of Kenya expected them to go with regards to President Ruto's promises before he was elected into office in 2022. This has led to a lot of chatter online and on the ground. Mwabili Mogodi here, your Jomba, has been covering all these things as the days go by. I have shown you, I have told you what is being planned by the president and his rogue government. Mambo mengi sana jameni nishawaambia. And on 23rd of June, former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua spoke about those protests on the 25th of June. And he made an appeal to young Kenyans to not go on the streets. Take a listen.
I have credible intelligence that Kipchumba Murkomen and Raymond Omolo, using Moses Kuria and Kimani Ichung'wah, Susan Kihika from Nakuru, and other UDA leaders allied to William Ruto, have organized goons to cause terror and mayhem in Nairobi and the Mount Kenya region and blame the opposition. 200 million shillings was withdrawn this morning from a bank in Upper Hill, where an account of confidential expenditure is operated by the State Department of Internal Security. And these funds are for mobilizing goons and deploying them to unleash terror and mayhem in the Mount Kenya region, Nairobi, Kajiado, and Narok, among other places in the country. These goons, we have confirmed, will be accompanied by officers in plain clothes under the direction of Kipchumba Murkomen to give cover to the goons. The notorious Nairobi Sierra rogue police squad under Kipchumba Murkomen is the one organizing the deployment of these goons across the region. The senior police officers have told us they have been told to intervene after the goons have done their work and left, and then descend on ordinary Kenyans, innocent people, arrest them and charge them with crimes under the Terrorism Act. I have been informed that DCP strongholds have been targeted for this violence so that the DCP leader Rigathi Gachagua and leaders allied to him can be blamed. As
former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua's statements zimeleta utatanishi mkubwa sana kwenye mitandao ya kijamii. Kenyans are very angry, especially young Kenyans, the ones who we love calling the Gen Zs. They are extremely angry with the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua's sentiments that young Kenyans should stay at home, they should not go on the streets because of the evil plans of President Ruto to engineer violence against these young patriotic Kenyans who love their country, and they are fighting for the third and final liberation of the country that they love. I have spent quite a lot of time overnight looking at all these sentiments, and one of the biggest issue that young people have with Rigathi Gachagua is that they are saying that Rigathi Gachagua is pretending to be the leader of the Gen Z movement. Young people are saying they are leaderless. They do not depend on being told on what to do by people like Rigathi Gachagua. Kuna mmoja ambaye nimesoma alisema outright, a young man from Central Kenya, he said Rigathi Gachagua has never been for the liberation of Kenya from the shackles of President William Ruto. Rigathi Gachagua is an employee of President William Ruto in an effort to manage the anger of the people. And that is why his sole focus, everything he talks about, including in this press conference, as you have heard him, his only focus is Mount Kenya, Mount Kenya, Mount Kenya. All Kenyans know that whatever violence is being engineered by President Ruto and his people is nationwide. But to dumb down the conversation or to manage the people's anger, focus ya Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua is only on Mount Kenya, Murima, and the Kikuyu people. And this brings up another point. At this point is that for basically President Ruto to be able to get another term, he must engineer a one tribe versus the rest of Kenya a sentiment. And the person who helps him push this agenda is former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. So this young Kenyan ended up calling the former Deputy President Ngati. Kwa wale ambao wanatoka Mount Kenya, Ngati ni wale ambao walikuwa wanajulikana kama traitors during the fight for the first liberation of Kenya, in the Mau Mau War in the 1950s. And Ngati walikuwa ni watu ambao wanauza fighters wa Mau Mau. So this is a very heavy sentiment, and I believe, mimi personally as your Jomba, that we need to interrogate Rigathi Gachagua a little bit, because the issue here is that young Kenyans are not going out on the street to even protest. They just want to be seen and to be heard that their grievances are being worked on, that the government, President Ruto, recognizes that his government has failed Kenyans, and what they want is to express themselves. So this press conference by former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua is to basically try and claim leadership of an entity that has said multiple times it is leaderless. Like I have told you before, it is very difficult to manage or control a country when there is no leader of a certain constituency of people. So former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua is trying to claim this leadership position, and that is why he is coming out and basically begging young Kenyans to not go on the streets. But young Kenyans have seen through whatever attempts he is doing, and they are calling him out. Na vijana wamekataa kabisa kutumiwa vibaya na Rigathi Gachagua, and the young Kenyans are saying June 25th, come what may, around the country, they are going on the streets. They have totally and completely refused Rigathi Gachagua as their leader. Vijana wamesema ya kwamba wao hawana uongozi wowote na hawataki kabisa uhusiano wowote na aliyekuwa naibu wa rais Bwana Rigathi Gachagua. Continue watching the channel. I am going to be giving you live updates every other time I get news that I feel you, my viewer, must see. Please, if you have any information from around the country with regards to the June 25th protests, demonstrations, and memorial, my number is 0799 428 109. You can reach me on WhatsApp or Signal. And for those who are always funding and supporting this channel, the number is 0799 428 109 ya M-Pesa. Asanteni, this is your Jomba Mwabili Mwagodi.